All right, this is the last activity. This is the cool down. I know it kind of looks like a lot, but once you start moving things around, then it becomes a little bit easier to kind of organize. But it's the same thing as an activity 2 where you're matching, okay? But now it's asking this. It says the cool down, rule practice, rigid, similar, or neither. So what I want to know is, are these rules here? Let me move. Again, you can move these around to better organize it if you like. I might put rules together and these words separate. Oops, accidentally matched stuff. Now we want to know, are these rules, does this tell me that a rigid transformation happened? Does it tell me that a transformation happened, but they're just similar? Or did neither happen? So how would you know? Let's talk about that for a second. I'm going to make some room here. All right. So remember that rigid, that means that nothing changed as far as its size is concerned. So that means that the rigid transformations are like translation. So it just moved up, down, left, right, or in this case, in the rule, that was adding or subtracting. Reflections are also rigid because it just reflected over the x-axis or the y-axis. So that's when there is a negative out in front. Okay. But here's the thing though you need to be careful with is that just because there's a negative, that doesn't quite mean that it's automatically a reflection. I think that it could only be in front of one letter. When you have your rule, your X and your Y, it can't have it in front of both. Okay, it needs to be one or the other. All right. Now, what do they mean by similar? Remember what similar meant. Let's think back to that section of similar. Similar means that maybe the size changed, but they're proportional. But there was maybe there's a dilation that could happen, right? Where maybe something like multiplication. Maybe let's look over here. Okay. The image didn't quite change too much. It's the same thing, except there's a 2 here. It's going to be just the x-axis are going to be 2 times bigger. So we got to think about as we're matching these, which do you think are rigid transformations where the size doesn't get bigger or smaller, and which of them are similar where maybe they got bigger or smaller, and what if neither of them fall into that category? So go ahead and match these up and you're done with this lesson. We'll see you guys on the next one. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me. Have a good one.